What's going on, folks? How you guys doing today? All right, well, so I'm out in the race shop, and I figured I would try to make a video here to put across some content. I get a lot of people ask me about specific combos, what cam they should run, whether they should big bore, whether they shouldn't, et cetera, et cetera. And, what about this exhaust? What about this air cleaner? What about this throttle body? Whatever it is. So I typically don't answer those questions without asking a whole bunch more questions. Because if I don't understand exactly what you're looking for, then I can't make an intelligent recommendation. And I'm not in the business of making foolish recommendations. So, anyhow, let's cover something here. So I get a lot of questions about what's the best cam on the market for this or that or whatever. And today I want to cover specifically the 117. Okay, because the 117 is becoming more normalized. It's becoming more what's out there. They're putting it in more and more bikes. And that is the first gen 117 and the second gen 117. So the first gen 117, when we dyno that thing stock, just the way Harley ships it, the way they make it, it usually makes right around 80 horsepower and like 100, 115 foot-pound of torque, 110, 115 foot-pound of torque. That's pretty much the way the Gen 1 shows up. And I'm going to make a recommendation based strictly on power numbers and the way it delivers the curve. Okay? If you retain the stock 117 air cleaner, that elbow breather, you can love it or hate it. It works. It's not the greatest in the world. It's got the little short air filter on it. It's not my favorite, but this pretty much maxes that little short air filter out, and you don't have to buy an air cleaner. You could put a Bassani 2-in-1 on it, or you can choose your 2-in-1, whatever it is you want to run. Some of those are going to work better than others, but I'm recommending a long Bassani. You run what you want to run. Remember, if you change the combination, you're going to get different results. Okay, hopefully we can understand that. But what I would run would be a long Bassani. Okay, you can run Chromeworks, you can run Sawicki, you can run whatever it is you want to run. Okay, make sure it has a baffle in it of some sort. Okay, not a wide open pipe. That's not going to help you. So long elbow stock cleaner, Bassani 2-in-1, and a CR483. Okay, that engine is going to produce with that combo from a low RPM. It's going to produce somewhere in the mid 130s foot-pound of torque to 140s. I've even seen them make 145 foot-pound, okay, or more. I've seen them make 147 foot-pound in the Gen 2, 148 foot-pound. It's going to make somewhere between 127 and 134 horsepower. Okay, now that depends because we're crossing generations there. The lower numbers are going to be on the Gen 1 side, the higher numbers are going to be on the Gen 2 side. That's a CR 483. I mean, in my opinion, that is the best bolt-in cam on the market for a 117. They also make a 484. I love it. I can't get enough of that thing. The 484 is an awesome cam. It makes a little bit more horsepower on the top end than the 483 does. It's a little less sensitive when it comes to exhaust. It's a little less picky about tuning. It's probably easier to tune out than the 83. I've tuned a lot of 83s, so they don't really give me trouble. I don't have any issues with them. I know what kind of timing tables they're going to need. I've heard some people complain about that. I can't say that I've had that issue. It's not been my experience, and I have tuned a lot of those camshafts. The 484, you almost can't miss with that thing on a timing table. It seems to work. But again, like anything that performs better than the average, you will have to do things different than the average. So you're not just going to pull the factory map out and send it with the stock timing table. Sorry, that's not going to work. You're going to have an experienced tuner tune it. But those things traditionally make these kind of numbers. Here's the cool part. If you decide later to upgrade to a 124, a 128, whatever it is, that thing will make 130 plus, maybe 140 horse with a CR483. With stock heads, no head work, no port work. None of these have port work. None of these have big throttle bodies. This is a stock throttle body. Now we do put a 5560 V-twin intake in it. Those intakes are awesome. If you need one, give us a call. We'll be happy to get you one shipped your way. That is an awesome setup. I don't even bother to change the throttle body. There's no reason to. We produce these numbers for the stock throttle body. It saves you money, and it works very, very well. The 484 absolutely loves the new 121 CVO engine. The 483, it works really, really well in the 121 as well. The 484, in my opinion, works better. Makes in excess of 140 horsepower in the 121 and makes in excess of 150 foot-pound. The 483 in that same engine makes right at 140. Like I've seen him make 138, I've seen him make 141, 142. The 484 consistently makes in excess of 140 horsepower in the 121. But anyhow, let's go back to this 117. In a 117, CR483, you almost can't go wrong with it. Like, if you screw up the combo, you're running some kind of goofy air filter, sure, maybe. But I don't know. I'm telling you, with the stock air cleaner, so no need to spend any money there. A basic 2-into-1 like a Bassani. It's not high dollar. It works awesome. It just is what it is. I think that's the best bolt-in combo. It makes great power on the low end. It makes great power in the middle. It makes great power on the high end. It just is what it is. It just works. If you're not sure where to get a cam or whatever, or you just want to deal with this however, give us a call at the shop, 254-680-6881. We will be happy to set you up with any combo you want, any combo. But specifically, if you're looking for this, just let us know. I mean, we can get you squared away. I've got these things in stock. We keep a bunch of them in stock because I use them all the time. It's just a can't miss combo. It works awesome in a 117. Hell, it works good in a 114. It's a little much for a 107. It's not the cam I would use in a 107, almost under any circumstances. Almost. I have used them. They're not terrible. But you got to be kind of a high RPM guy in a 107. But in a 114, 117 especially, 121, the cam is killer. And I understand that Harley put these big 500 lift cams in these bikes. I got it. Harley hasn't picked the right cam in over 100 years. So why the hell do we care now? Why do we care what Harley put in them? They put too much lift in them. And I understand that a lot of these other guys are building cams that are huge, 500 plus lift. They're not producing better numbers. And they're certainly not producing a smoother, flatter graph. And that graph translates to seat of the pants feeling. So anyhow, hopefully that'll help you guys make a decision for or against whatever. But y'all take care, and we'll see you out there.